Welcome to Laser Reviews. Today I'll be talking about Take Back from 2021, directed by Christian Sisman. So I filmed this video as a part of a retrospective on Michael J. White's career, so that's why there is a bit of a focus on him. In this review, of course, I will be talking about the different qualities of the movie, what might have worked, what might not work so much, especially in the case of this movie, and it basically just to give you an idea whether or not you would like the movie or not, if you should spend your time watching it. That's the idea. It's not going to be a big or deep analysis of it or anything. It's just going to be a quick review where I go over some things that stuck out to me, and well, hopefully you'll have a bit of fun while watching it. That's the idea. So let's get started. And this movie actually not only stars Michael J. White but also Gillian White, his wife. She's the main lead in this movie. Michael J. White is really taking a backseat. I'm not even sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I do like his character in this movie. Gillian White is also doing quite well in it.
I had just graduated high school. I met this college guy and we ended up talking for hours. He was different than anybody I'd ever met.
So a very quick plot summary. The movie stars Gillian White being this martial artist who has married Michael J. White after Michael J. White's wife passed away from cancer, I think. So they've been together for a few years, 4, I think. Michael J. White has a daughter, and they have a good family dynamic. What I will say is actually the movie is really not good at establishing this. A lot of this story is told in exposition dialogue half an hour or an hour into the movie. So I was really thrown off. I had no idea that she wasn't the mother for the child. A lot of this is not really explained well in the movie, so it's really odd that it's a throwaway line in the middle of the movie. This is something you probably should know at the beginning of the movie to understand this dynamic, this relationship. But no, this is fairly incompetent. So she's a lawyer, she has this company, they're doing quite well. Michael J. White is a stay-at-home dad, or I'm not really sure what he's doing, but he's also a martial artist, just not as good as his wife. One day, while buying a coffee, the coffee owner is harassed by her ex-boyfriend. So Gillian White steps in and beats him up. And this is caught on camera. And she becomes an internet celebrity overnight. She really doesn't like having all this attention on her. She tries to escape the press. People start approaching her. You realize there's something about her past that she's hiding. And then the daughter of Michael J. White is kidnapped. And I don't want to dive too much deeper into the plot. Not exactly because I think this is a movie you should watch, so I don't want to spoil it. I just don't think I really need to. It's about human trafficking, I can say that much. And I can say that the villain is played by Mickey Rourke. Definitely not Mickey Rourke's best performance.
Lovely daddy. Lovely daddy. Come up, see daddy. Have my baby, huh? Have my baby gorilla.
Let me tell you something, this broad, she can suck the chrome off a bumper hitch. So you never know, eh?
A lot of the issues with this movie, a lot of it makes no sense. Mickey Rourke really likes small dogs. So he's constantly seen sitting in bed, lying in bed, playing with the dogs, petting them, talking about how the dogs get him laid. And there's this, I think it might be his son, this buff dude who's working for Mickey Rourke, and they have the acting is bad, so there's the relationship with them is not really well established. Mickey Rourke as a character is not very well established. Of course, you understand more of his backstory later on, but he just has these dogs he loves petting. You have scenes of Mickey Rourke lying in bed, keeps watching this news report on repeat while lying in bed and just petting the dogs. And the way he's petting the dogs also looks weird. It's just it's a movie with so many weird decisions. It just feels incompetent in a way. There are some action scenes in it, and Michael J. White does participate in them. Not a lot. He's really not doing a lot in this movie. And I would say if you want to watch a Michael J. White movie, this is not it for you, because this is not really a Michael J. White movie. He's almost not in it. He's playing the role of a nice, supportive, naive dad. It's interesting to see him not be a villain and not be an action hero, just be a concerned dad trying to live his life, dealing with a lot of course, you don't get that from the performance because the movie doesn't really tell you that. But he's dealing with grief of losing his wife, of course, and then raising this child. They could have done so much more with this plot than what they do, because they really don't do anything with it. It's really just not competent.
Just take me home.
There are some other things I want to get into. A lot of the acting is bad. As I said, it's also just really poorly written. I can't really say this without getting into spoiler territory, but there is something with the timeline that really doesn't work. Gillian White, when she's playing this role, is in her 40s. I'm not sure how old she's supposed to be in the movie, but something in the movie takes place 13, 14 years prior to when the movie is set.
14 years ago. Rape victim. Kimberly Johnson.
She supposedly just finished high school.
I had just Graduated high school.
There's really something wrong with her age, with the timeline. It's just really incompetently written. So much of it doesn't really make sense. I love the motivation, the character choices. She's accusing Michael J. White of something, or speculating that he would have acted in a certain way, which really doesn't make any sense. She's saying that, oh, if you had known this, you would have left me, which just the short time you get with Michael J. White's character in this movie, you don't get the idea that he would have left her, so it's just all in her head. Honestly, there's just so much bad to say about this movie, and I just want to end it here. Take back, don't watch it. It's not a good movie. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, found it a bit insightful. Maybe you now know if you want to watch this movie or not. So yeah, that's about it. Have a nice day. You can always, of course, check out my other videos about Michael J. White or anything really. Subscribe if you want to. But yeah, that's what I have to say. Bye.